The Imperial decree. The sky over Earth was quiet. Too quiet. Stars shining like small fireflies in the vast black. But the humans watching from orbit knew the silence was dangerous. Far beyond what they had ever faced, far beyond any threat they had trained for, the Empire was coming, and it wanted obedience, not conversation, not negotiation, only submission. Commander Ryan stood on the observation deck of the orbital station, his eyes fixed on the distant lights that grew larger with every passing second. The Imperial fleet, hundreds of ships moving like a dark river in space, their engines glowing red, cold, and intimidating. The Empire had sent messengers before, letters filled with threats, promises of mercy for those who obeyed, punishment for those who resisted, but now the letters were not enough. The Empire wanted to show power, and it had arrived, sir, Lieutenant Harper said, her voice low, almost trembling. They are closer than predicted, and they are already scanning our defenses. She paused. They think we are weak. They think we will surrender. Ryan did not speak immediately. He only watched, a small flicker of anger and pride crossing his face. The Empire always underestimated humans, always assumed that technology alone could crush them, that numbers were everything, that strategy was simple, but humans had something the Empire did not understand. Unpredictability, courage, the stubbornness to survive against impossible odds. In the control room, screens flashed with reports from Earth, satellites picking up movement, secret construction sites, hidden bases, young engineers working night shifts to finish defensive satellites, old warships being repaired, drones being reprogrammed, civilians helping in small ways, carrying supplies, relaying messages, every action a silent rebellion against the Empire's demands. Ryan turned to his crew. We do not bow, he said simply, his voice calm but firm. They may have numbers, they may have firepower, but we have our minds, our courage, our unity, and we will show them what that means. The Empire's first scout ship appeared, a sleek black silhouette against the stars, scanning the orbital station with bright white lights. Harper held her breath as the sensors read. No weapons detected, no fleet detected, she whispered. They think we are alone, unprepared. A small smirk appeared on Ryan's face. Good, he said. Let them think we are weak. Let them think the humans are fools, because they will see soon the humans are never weak. On Earth, the news channels tried to calm civilians. The Empire has not officially attacked yet. Governments reassured citizens. But the fear was there, subtle, creeping like a shadow across the hearts of people, yet in hidden rooms, underground bunkers, and military academies, people prepared, quietly, carefully, a different kind of fear, one that sharpened focus, one that demanded action. Ryan's communication officer, Tessa, spoke urgently. Sir, there is a transmission from the Empire. It is a demand. They want a full surrender within 24 hours, or they will open fire. They are not joking. He took a deep breath, staring at the transmission, reading the cold, empty words that carried death. Then we have 24 hours to prepare them for a lesson they will never forget, he said. We will not surrender. We will not beg. We will fight. And we will show them that humanity answers fire with fire. Throughout the orbital station, humans moved with quiet determination, checking weapons, calibrating satellites, making small adjustments to ships. Every action deliberate, every moment precious. Children were evacuated from key areas, civilians trained in emergency drills, scientists sent urgent messages to distant colonies. Everyone became part of the silent resistance, the preparation of a war that no one thought humans could survive. As the Imperial fleet drew closer, Ryan looked at the stars, imagining the moment when humans would strike first. Imagining the shock in the eyes of the Empire's commanders when they realized that obedience was not coming, that resistance was not weak, that humanity would not kneel. The silence of space felt heavy, almost suffocating, but within that silence, humans found strength, a quiet, burning determination that would not be broken. He turned to Harper. Ready the satellites, check the drones, prepare the defenses. Every ship, every weapon, every mind must be ready. This is not just a battle for survival. It is a message to the Empire, that humans do not bow, humans do not surrender, and humanity answers fire with fire. As night fell on Earth, lights glimmered in cities, in villages, in hidden bunkers. Every human felt it. A strange mixture of fear and hope. The Empire expected silence, expected obedience. But Earth prepared for war, prepared to fight and prepared to shock the galaxy with its courage. And high above, in orbit, Commander Ryan watched, the first signals of the Imperial fleet growing brighter. The countdown to war had begun, and humanity was ready to answer. The first strike, the Empire's ships moved closer, their dark metal hulls glowing faint red, like predators circling prey. To the Imperials, Earth was nothing more than a small world, a weak world, a world that would bend but hidden deep inside the silence of Earth's orbit. Traps waited, silent teeth ready to bite. Commander Ryan stood in the control room, every screen glowing with data, every officer tense. He spoke in a steady voice. Remember, they believe we are unarmed. They believe we are weak. That is our advantage. The first strike must cut deep, so deep they never forget. The Empire's lead cruiser broadcast again. Humans of Earth, you have hours left. Surrender or burn. The voice was metallic, cold, full of arrogance, Harper whispered. They do not even hide their contempt. They think we are insects. Ryan looked at her. Then today, the insects will sting. The order went out. Satellites hidden in asteroid fields powered up. Small ships painted black moved from the shadows. Drones activated in silence. Each human move precise, calculated. The Empire's sensors still blind, still overconfident. Suddenly, in the black void, a small flash. One of Earth's drones fired a beam at the Empire's nearest frigate. The beam cut through its shield like paper. A spark, then a fire. Then the frigate exploded into bright fragments across the stars. For the first time, the Imperial fleet paused, confused, their formation broken for a heartbeat. Who fired that? Shouted one alien commander on the Imperial channel. They were supposed to be defenseless. Ryan's crew cheered softly, but he raised his hand. Quiet. This is only the beginning, now we show them. The second wave of attacks launched. Hidden railguns on moons firing kinetic slugs. Drones swarming in small packs, striking at weak points of enemy ships. The Imperials returned fire, their massive cannons roaring. But many shots hit empty space. Decoys placed by humans days earlier inside the Imperial flagship. Grand Commander Zakor slammed his claws on the console, his voice filled with rage. This is impossible. Humans were supposed to kneel, not fight, not bleed us. How dare they resist the Empire? His officers remained silent. None dared answer. Back on the human orbital station, Harper's eyes shone. We are actually holding them, sir. They are retreating from the asteroid belt. They did not expect resistance. Ryan's face was hard. Good. Let them retreat, but do not forget. This is only the first wave. They will come back with more. As Earth's hidden weapons fired, the galaxy watched in silence. Intercepted transmissions spread across nearby colonies. Whispers growing. The humans were fighting and not losing. Tessa, the communication officer, looked at Ryan nervously. Sir, some of our allies in the outer systems are sending messages. They say the Empire is furious. They say reinforcements are already on the way. Ryan nodded. Of course they are. The Empire cannot allow humiliation, not by humans. But that is what we just gave them. Humiliation. Suddenly, alarms rang across the control room. A massive energy spike detected. One of the Empire's battleships fired a heavy cannon. The shot streaked across the void and slammed into an abandoned satellite. Cluster. The explosion lit the sky like a dying star. Many on the station froze in fear, but Ryan's voice cut through, calm but sharp. Remember why we fight. If we falter now, we are already dead. Stand firm. Humanity stands firm. A new command was given. Humans unleashed their hidden ace. A massive railgun hidden under the crust of the moon, powered by years of secret preparation. The weapon fired, the slug traveling faster than light, tearing into the side of an Imperial cruiser. The entire ship split in half, debris scattering like broken glass. On the Imperial bridge, silence reigned. Their Grand Commander's eyes wide, claws shaking in disbelief. They built weapons in secret. They defied us for years and we never knew. Back on Earth, small groups of civilians watched from bunkers, screens showing the explosions in the sky. Cheers mixed with tears. Old men whispering, "We are fighting. Back, at last we are fighting back." Harper turned to Ryan. "Sir, what if we cannot keep this up? What if reinforcements crush us?" Her voice trembled. Fear pressing in, Ryan placed a hand on her shoulder. "Fear is natural, but remember this. They think they can break us, but every strike we make tells the galaxy the truth. Humans do not obey. Humans resist. Humans fight. The first battle was not over, but already the Empire felt something it had never felt before. Doubt, and as the stars burned with wreckage as broken Imperial ships drifted lifeless, humanity's first strike echoed across the galaxy, not just as defiance, but as a promise. A promise that the Empire would never, again, find easy obedience at Earth's gates. Humanity's hidden weapon, the Empire's fleet staggered from the first battle, their formation broken. Some of their ships burning wrecks drifting in silence. But they were not defeated. They were furious, and fury made them dangerous. Grand, Commander Zakor's voice thundered across his flagship. "Humans dare strike the Empire. Humans dare spill Imperial blood. We will erase them. We will crush their world into dust." His officers bowed in silence. Yet in their eyes, a small shadow of doubt flickered, for the Empire had never faced resistance like this. On the human orbital station, Commander Ryan stood tall, his crew exhausted but determined. "They will come again," he said, "with more ships, stronger, weapons, more rage. But what they do not know is that we are not finished, not even close." Lieutenant Harper frowned. "Sir, are you speaking of it, the project?" Her voice almost a whisper, as if naming it would summon it. Ryan nodded slowly. "Yes, the time has come." Deep beneath the moon's surface, hidden from all sensors, rested a relic of another age. A massive ship, silent, ancient, built during humanity's darkest wars. Long forgotten by most, it was known only by one name. Valiant, a Titan-class warship, created when Earth once dreamed of reaching for the stars with fire and steel. The Empire thought humanity had no ships of worth, but they had never seen the Valiant as hidden hangars opened and the dust of centuries lifted. The ship came alive, reactors humming like a heartbeat, lights flickering one by one, awakening from long slumber. Engineers and technicians wept at the sight. Some had worked in secret their entire lives waiting for this day. Tessa, the communication officer, whispered, "The Empire believes we are ants, but we were hiding a lion." Ryan gave the order. "Power her up. Connect her to our command. This ship is no relic. She is our answer. She is humanity's fire." Meanwhile, the Empire launched its reinforcements. Dozens of heavy cruisers entering orbit, their weapons armed, their arrogance restored. "Destroy their defenses," Zakor commanded. "Make them scream for mercy." The Imperial fleet advanced, firing volleys at Earth's orbit. Explosions flashing across the black void. Human satellites shattered, small drones burned. Earth trembled under the shockwaves. In the control room, panic spread. "Sir, they are breaking through. We cannot hold," shouted one officer. Ryan's face hardened. "Release the Valiant." With a thunderous roar, the Titan warship rose from the shadows of the moon, its massive frame blotting out the stars. Hull plated with ancient alloys the Empire had never seen. Cannons the size of towers glowing with energy. One shot from its forward weapon cut straight through an Imperial cruiser, slicing it in half like paper. The galaxy held its breath, watching the impossible unfold. Humans had unleashed a monster of war. Harper stared in awe. "Sir, the Valiant is tearing through them. They cannot match it. They do not even understand what they are facing," Ryan answered coldly. "Good. Let their confusion be their fear. Every shot we fire tells them the truth. Humans are not weak. Humans are not prey. Humans are predators." On the Imperial bridge, chaos erupted. "Grand, Commander, our shields cannot hold against that weapon," one officer cried. "They have technology outside our scans. It should not exist," Zakor roared, his pride breaking into rage. "No, this is a trick, a lie. Destroy it." But even he felt it, the sharp edge of dread, the Empire's worst nightmare back on Earth. Civilians gathered in bunkers, screens, showing the giant warship a symbol of hope. Children whispered its name, valiant as if it were a legend returned. Old veterans saluted, tears running down their faces. The Empire's fleet regrouped, launching everything at the Titan, but the Valiant stood like a wall of fire, shields glowing, weapons answering strike for strike. Wreckage of alien ships filled the stars. Ryan gave the final order of the day, his voice calm but carrying the weight of history. Broadcast this to the galaxy, show them the Empire demanded obedience, and show them what we answered with. As the Valiant's cannons roared again, the Empire's fleet broke, their lines shattered, their pride bleeding in the silence of space. And in that moment, humanity was no longer the weak world at the edge of the galaxy. It was something new, something terrifying, something the Empire would never forget. The Empire strikes back. The wreckage of the Imperial fleet still floated in silence, broken ships drifting among the stars. But humanity's victory was not final. Not yet. Not while the Empire still breathed in the halls of the Imperial capital. The Council roared in outrage. Humans have humiliated us, one shouted. Our fleets destroyed, our names stained across the galaxy. Another cried. They must be punished, crushed, erased. And so the Empire gathered. Not a fleet, but an armada. Hundreds of warships, dreadnoughts, carriers, weapons never before seen by human eyes. Grand Commander Zekor stood before the council, his pride bruised but his eyes blazing. I will bring them their obedience. I will burn Earth until the humans beg for mercy. The council approved. The order was given, and the greatest force the Empire had ever assembled began its march toward Earth on the human orbital station. Tension hung like a storm cloud. Reports flooded in. Sir, Harper whispered, scouts confirm it. Their reinforcements are massive, far larger than anything we can handle. They are not just coming for war, they are coming for extermination. Commander Ryan stared at the display, dots covering the tire screen. Each one a ship of death. He knew this was different. The first battle had been defiance, but this would be survival. Tessa spoke, her voice low. Sir, the people are afraid. Messages are flooding in from cities, colonies, even children. They all ask the same thing. Can we survive this? Ryan's reply was steady. We must show them we can, because if we fall, then no one in the galaxy will ever rise against the Empire again. The Armada arrived with fire. The sky lit up as their cannons pounded Earth's orbit. Shields cracked, satellites shattered. Space stations shook under the impact. The Empire unleashed its fury and the void burned red. The Valiant rose again, humanity's Titan, its cannons roaring, its shields glowing, but for every Imperial ship it destroyed. More took its place, endless waves, endless fire. Harper gritted her teeth. Sir, we are being pushed back. We cannot hold forever. Their numbers are endless. Ryan's eyes narrowed. Then we will not fight them where they are strongest. We will fight them where they are blind. He activated the next phase of their defense. Space anomalies near Earth's orbit, unstable gravity wells, magnetic storms, and hidden minefields came alive, ships lured into traps, explosions ripping through formations, but the Empire adapted quickly, pushing forward cold and relentless on the Imperial flagship. Zekor's grin widened. Look at them struggle. They fight with fire, but we fight with the sun. Soon their Titan will fall, and with it their spirit. And then the Empire's trap was revealed. As more ships arrived, they spread around Earth, forming a vast circle, a noose tightening. Earth was surrounded, escape blocked, every possible route sealed. Harper gasped. Sir, they are encircling us. If they close the ring, we are finished. Ryan's voice was calm but heavy. Then we must break the ring before it closes. If we fail, humanity dies here. Inside bunkers, civilians trembled as cities shook under orbital strikes. Yet even in fear, there was resolve. A farmer whispered to his children, "Do not be afraid, our soldiers fight for us, they will not let us fall." Old veterans volunteered to carry supplies. Engineers worked without rest to keep defenses running. Humanity fought not just with weapons but with spirit. Still, the Empire's pressure grew, their ships hammering the Valiant again and again, its shields flickering, its armor groaning. Ryan's crew exchanged nervous looks. "Sir, the Titan cannot take much more," one warned. Ryan's answer was steel. "Then we take the fight to them, no more waiting, no more defense, prepare for the strike that will decide it all." As the Valiant powered up for its greatest volley, Ryan's words cut through the chaos like fire. "Remember this? They came to break us, but we will break their pride. They think we are prey. But tonight the Empire learns what it means to hunt humans." And with that, the Titan roared into the encirclement, charging straight into the Empire's trap. Not to escape it, but to shatter it. Humanity's triumph. The Titan warship Valiant thundered forward, charging straight into the Empire's trap. Hundreds of Imperial ships surrounded Earth, their circle tightening, their guns blazing. But humanity did not cower. The Titan did not hesitate. It moved like a spear thrown into the heart of a storm. Commander Ryan stood at the center of the bridge, his voice sharp and steady. "Fire all forward cannons. Tear open their wall. Break the noose before it closes." The first volley roared, beams of pure energy slicing through Imperial cruisers, shields shattering, explosions lighting the void. The Empire's perfect circle broke open for a heartbeat. "Push through," Ryan ordered. "Every ship, every drone, follow the Titan, drive into the gap, break their pride." Human ships swarmed behind the Valiant, small but fierce, darting through debris, striking weak points, weaving like wolves among giants. Imperial commanders shouted in panic, "Hold the line, close the circle. Do not let them escape." But humanity was not escaping. Humanity was striking on the Imperial flagship. Zakor slammed his claws on the console, his voice filled with rage. "How are they still fighting? How are they breaking us?" His officers whispered. The truth he refused to speak. Because they will not kneel. The battle turned brutal. Every explosion shaking the heavens. The Valiant took hit after hit. Shields flickering, armor glowing red. Still it pressed on. Ryan's crew tense but unyielding. Harper shouted, "Sir, our shields are collapsing. We cannot hold." Ryan's eyes burned with fire. "Then we will hold with willpower alone. Because if we fall here, the galaxy falls with us." At that moment, the hidden core of the Valiant came alive. A weapon, built for desperate hours, a pulse cannon powered by the ship's own heart. A weapon so dangerous it had never been fired before. Ryan gave the order without hesitation. "Charge the pulse. This ends today." The Empire sensed it, their sensors screaming with warnings, panic spreading. "Commander, they are powering something enormous, something unstable." Zakor's voice broke into fear. "Destroy them now before it fires." But it was already too late. The Valiant released its fury, a shockwave of burning energy tearing through space. Ships caught in its path ripped apart, shields melted, hulls shattered. The Empire's grand formation collapsed into chaos, wreckage, spinning like broken stars on Earth. Civilians saw the sky blaze with light, the heavens roaring as if the universe itself had chosen to fight with them. Children pressed their hands to the glass of bunkers, whispering, "We are still alive. We are winning." Human ships surged forward, striking broken Imperial vessels. Pushing them back step by step, Zakor screamed, "Fall back, regroup, do not let this shame define us." But his words carried no power. His fleet was broken, his pride shattered, and his officers no longer believed in victory. On the bridge of the Valiant, smoke filled the air. Alarms blared, but the crew stood tall, Ryan's voice cutting through. "Listen well. We did not just fight for Earth, we fought for the galaxy. Every world that suffered under their chains now knows the Empire can bleed, the Empire can fall." Tessa's voice trembled with awe. "Sir, transmissions are coming in, colonies, outposts, even alien worlds. They are watching us, they are calling us." "Hope?" Ryan's face softened for the first time. "Then hope is our greatest weapon." The final blow came when the Valiant fired one last cannon shot, aimed at the Imperial flagship itself, the mighty vessel that had led countless conquests. Cracked open, flames spilling into the void, Zakor's voice filled with disbelief. "Defeated. By humans." And then silence. The battle was over. Wreckage drifted like ashes across the stars. Earth still stood, scarred but unbroken. Humanity had answered the Empire's demand for obedience, not with surrender, but with fire. On the surface of Earth, crowds gathered, cheering, crying, holding one another. They had survived. They had triumphed. Ryan stood on the observation deck of the Titan looking at the stars, his voice quiet but carrying the weight of a new age. We were never prey. We were never weak. And now the galaxy knows it. The Empire demanded obedience, but humanity answered with fire, and across distant worlds, whispers spread like sparks in dry grass, whispers that would soon become flames. The humans had defied the Empire. The humans had won, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again.